Hey gamers, welcome back. This is Rick with Game Trade Media. We're still here live from Origins Game Fair 2018 in Columbus, Ohio. I've got Dave from SolarFlare Games here. Dave, how are you enjoying Columbus so far?
It's it's nice and green. Texas does not have this much green.
This is a true story.
Yeah, I noticed we have the same haircut.
We do. I think that we might be related, but we're gonna have to do the ancestry DNA after this.
Okay,
that's a whole nother game. Weird results, but I think we're both gonna win.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about SolarFlare Games.
SolarFlare Games I created about 5.5 years ago. I met my wife and inherited 3 stepdaughters who had their phones plastered to their face all the time, and I was like, I'd always wanted to make games, and I had some ideas, and I was like, well, maybe I can do something, get them to, play test or do something we're engaged, and then it just kind of spun out doing a company where we make games that are mostly less than an hour, good to play like before dinner or after dinner or something. Originally was get families to sit down and connect analog again, and now it's kind of like spun out bigger, and it's like friends getting people who aren't gamers to try stuff, because all of our stuff's very, I try to make it very gateway, very friendly to newbies, people who don't want to sit down and play Twilight Imperium.
Yeah, but that's a big game.
Or,
a lot of
or
fun,
Arkham Horror,
right?
You know?
Yeah, something that is for the advanced player, but this is more, like you said, gateway.
Yeah.
Your entry level, but not so entry level that it can't be fun for an advanced player.
What you find is if you get a bunch of advanced players play some of our games, it becomes an advanced game.
Of course.
Yeah. So
they can't help themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. So you brought us so I've seen every cartoon in regards to this, because when people talk to me about anime, and they say, "What's your favorite anime?" I say Robotech, Ninja Scroll, Akira.
So, we're the same age,
right?
Okay.
So those are my are my animes.
Wicked City.
Yeah. So we can. This speaks to me.
And that was kind of the idea. I mean, I remember 1985, and I'd seen Speed Racer, but it wasn't quite the same. That was for kids,
right?
And this was the first. I was 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. And I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I got hooked on anime watching Robotech, because it was an adult story. And it's weird if you go back and watch it now, you're like, wow, people die.
Yeah.
And people have alcohol problems and smoke and all. You're like, oh yeah, it was the 80s. Okay, they're right. But it was an adult story told in a way that kids could understand and adults could enjoy. And so now, even 33 years later, it still holds up for me. I just hadn't watched it all again the other day.
Right.
After we got the license, and we're like, this is fun. This is. And so now I get to create something that lives in a universe that I grew up loving. It doesn't get any more fun than that. That's why we do this.
It absolutely does not get any more from that. So tell us a little bit about Robotech Force of Arms.
Okay, so Robotech Force of Arms, we're actually going to do 3 games in the line that we're doing during the time we have the license.
Okay.
So this is Macross. So Force of Arms is actually a title from the first 36 episodes.
Okay.
And then we're going to do Robotech Crisis Point, which is going to be Masters, which has an episode titled Crisis Point. And then we're going to do the last one, which is called Robotech Invid Invasion, which is New Gen, which, well, guess what? Invid Invasion's a title. But this one was the first one. We wanted something light and small, easy to get Robotech fandoms who've been burned by the thing that shall not be spoken of from Kickstarter. So it's in the store. You can spend your $20. You get something to take home. It fits in a backpack. It's light, easy to learn, and people can kind of wash some of that out of that bad feeling towards
Cleanse
the
their
proper.
palate.
Yeah, and so we said, let's make something that's 1v1, something that can be 20 minutes. When you go, hey, let's play something while we wait for everybody, and then everybody's not standing around going, hey, when are you going to finish that so we can play what we came for? And this is what came from that.
Very good.
So it's humans versus Zentradi, just like in the cartoon. You end up with, you have 4 capital ships. So if I'm the RDF, I have the SDF-1, Armor 1 and 5, and then the Oberth, which is over here.
Just going to show off the SDF-1. This is the artwork. I asked you in the beginning, because they had so much artwork already available, did you use it? And you told me that you guys came up with all new art for this.
Yeah, we wanted to refresh the artwork so everybody could still recognize it, so we were adhered to the style.
Okay.
But then I wanted it to all be done new. You know, all the old stuff's done paint and celluloid, and this is all digital. I think this one thing in here you'll enjoy if I can find it real quick. The alternate art for the SDF-1.
Oh my God! Yes. All right, here we go. Look at this. That is beautiful. And so, as a fan of Robotech, getting this and getting new artwork of your favorite characters, your favorite ships, your favorite mechs. That's really that's a grab right there for a lot of fans.
Well, we felt like we wanted to give people, if they're going to give us money, we didn't want to just screen capture stuff. Right. We wanted to give them something that was value, something was new, something, because I think if they wanted to share it with their kids, it's got to look nice.
Absolutely.
Versus that looks old. So you want to fight that. So we went with all new art. We took scenes from the show and then re-arted them, so to speak. We did the classic Rico and Friends.
Okay.
When they were first on the SDF-1. So we made the card relate to what they were doing, but we also recaptured all the art and redid it.
And they look amazing, and it still has that same feel, the classic feel, but just beautiful new look. Yeah, Defensive Ace is a great looking card. If you look at that one. Now tell me a little bit about the gameplay itself.
So the gameplay, the concept is you have a sector of space that's 3x3. You have 4 capital ships. They have 4 capital ships, and there's empty space. Each player has a handful of 12 cards. There's 6 attack and 6 defense, numbered 1 through 6. So you have the same thing I have. I just have Battloids and Destroids. You have pods.
Okay.
So we hammered the theme. We took everything and hammered the theme to it so hard you can't pull the theme off this game and play it.
Right.
And so we were very simple. There's a symbol that means attack, a symbol means defense. And what happens on your turn, you're looking to, if I'm the humans, these are my 3 columns and my 3 rows. These are your 3 rows and your 3 columns. Okay. And what I'll do is on my turn, I'll pick one of my RDF ships, and I can move it anywhere else on the board. When I do, those items, we call it fleet combat. You're maneuvering your ships around the fleet. And then I will take 2 of my cards and place them around my side. So I can play 2 in the same spot. I can play them far apart, but you can only end up with 2 in every spot. So once you've gone 6 rounds, you'll have played all 12 of your fighters. And what you're really trying to do as the ships are maneuvering around is you're building vector points to each card. So this spot and this spot meet here. I would look at, if I was resolving this, I would look here and say, okay, I have 1 inherent defense, and I would look at for every card that had the defensive symbol, let's just say this is what I had played, right? So I would look here and go, okay, well, I have 1 defense, and I played a 2 defense and a 1 defense.
Okay.
This card has 4 defense. I would look at the Zentradi and see how much attack they had. Whoever's higher captures the ship.
Oh, okay.
It's an engine I created when I made a game called Utter Terror.
Okay.
So it's teenage aliens capturing cows.
Okay.
Same kind. It's for kids.
Sure.
It's less sophisticated in this mechanic, but the idea is, as you're playing your fighters, you're trying to jockey your ships to where you've built defense.
Right.
Hopefully the other guy hasn't built attack, and vice versa.
Okay.
But it's a little more sophisticated than that, because there are certain fighter cards that I'll give you here. They have text at the bottom. So in most games, if you have hidden information, that's valuable. Well, in this situation, if you play this card face up instead of face down, you'll earn some tokens. And there's the various types of tokens. I'm not going to kind of bore everybody with, but tokens do things. And so once you've played all your fighters, if you have any tokens, you'll play tokens back and forth as well. There's tokens that lock ships in place, tokens that give you bonus to defense if it's on yours, but a bonus attack on the other guy, but no ship can have more than 1 of that token. So it's, am I going to put it on you? Am I going to put it on me? If I put it on me, it protects me from you.
Okay.
Lots of different things. So once the token phase is done, this is where the game really gets kind of dynamic. You've set the tableau, you've fixed your fighters, but you have hero and commands to do now. Okay. Because what would Robotech be without the use of your heroes and some special attacks?
Sure.
What we built into this, let's say one of the classic heroes is Henry Gloval. So if I were to play Henry Gloval during the hero and command phase, the SDF-1, wherever it is, would transform. So I'd switch the cards out, and then I would punch the alien ship in the face with the aircraft carrier.
Yes.
Daedalus maneuver every time. So we took characters, and what they can do is an important game mechanic.
Right.
But it makes sense for who they are.
Right.
Now, people who aren't Robotech fans go, whatever. Sure. But people like you and me go, that's awesome.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. And so during that phase, the order of operations changes. So whoever was moving ship last now goes first.
Okay.
So the other player gets one advantage at the end of playing the last hero or command card. Okay. You'll play one of your 4 heroes and 2 of your 4 commands. Okay. So you're never quite sure what the other person's going to do until they do it.
Right.
And so you're always trying to get. So what I have found is it's a 20-minute game, 25 minutes. If you play somebody a lot, it becomes a 40-minute game because there's 20 minutes of staring.
Right.
Yeah. What's that guy going to do? And I think one of the let's see, where is it? The Chiron. You know Chiron better than anybody else. He's over there. So we really nailed it with Chiron. If you play Chiron, you have to hurt your own ship before you hurt the enemy ship.
Nice.
Yeah. So the theme was almost as important as the gameplay to us because there's a nostalgia factor and a love affair that I have with this property that I wanted to really lean into hard. Okay. And I think I did it.
I think you did it. I think you hit the mark.
So, and so it's different every time because this resolves different. Mm-hmm. You're going to figure out how this is laid out. Sometimes will affect which cards you want to play. Okay. And so it becomes very dynamic without kind of going off into the stratosphere of complexity.
I love it. And you said this is only like $20?
$20.
What?
Actually, technically, MSRP is $19.85.
You get it? I got it. That's so cool. Very
Most
cool.
retailers are putting it up for $20. I get that, but we have some here at the con. We flew them in from China.
Nice.
The rest are on the boat headed for Chicago, then to end up at the warehouse for distribution.
Awesome. So this should be in stores relatively soon.
End of July.
End of July. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you, Dave,
for
stopping by, talking to us about Robotech Force of Arms and all the other cool things that are coming from SolarFlare Games. Now, if people want to find out more about the product that you guys make and everything, where can they find that?
Facebook.com/SolarFlare Games.
Okay.
SolarFlareGames.com. And you can actually find some information about us at Robotech.com. And you can actually pre-order it at Robotech.com.
Okay.
Or a game store. If you go to a game store and tell them it's SRF0600, which is Sam Robert Frank 0600, they'll pre-order it for you.
Okay. There you go. So go to your local game store because that's our mantra: support local community, and pre-order your Robotech Force of Arms from SolarFlare Games, and that's awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely, and thank you to Carolina Game Tables. I'm going to say this every time. Thank you so much for letting us use this a beautiful streamer table here at Origins all weekend long. So as you're watching all the videos, you're going to see this table in use. And if you're a content creator and want to do live streaming, this is the table for you. Check out CarolinaGameTables.com. And also, again, make sure that you are checking out the Game Trade Media contest at GTMgiveaway.com. We're going to be giving away a huge prize bundle of board games and accessories to one lucky winner announced at the end of the month here. We want to make sure everybody that picks up one of these postcards here at Origins gets a chance to log in. But all of you at home that are watching right now, you can check it out right now, start entering, and know that as this progresses, there will be more entry points added in there to help a lot of our publisher friends out. So thank you very much. I'm Rick, Game Trade Media at Origins. I'll see you at the game store.